Anyhow, we got from Alex Street, who said, the final patch comes out to kill and stop the jailer. All WoW players don't even enter the raid because we'd rather the jailer wins. Best protest of all time. Someone organize it, please. I get the feeling, yeah. You know what, actually, if that's going on, I'll ham it up, meme it up, and we'll have some fun with it, because you know what, man, I agree. The idea of the Warcraft, the modern WoW stuff being Thanos snapped, I'm like, I don't even really like the Marvel stuff. Like, or not like, I've never been super into it for, whatever, like childhood influences, what you come across as a kid. But, even just saying that, I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool. Snap us out, absolutely. We do have a super here from Tommy Coleman, who said, very generous super as well. Thank you, Tommy. Wow. Who said, Wrath of the Lich King was peak of Blizzard storytelling, in my opinion. I didn't have to read any books and had a firm grasp on what was going on. Perfect amount of tension and simple. Yeah, I know, right? And what I loved about Wrath was, like, even their use of phasing and the way that, like, it actually impacted the game world you were in. I thought that was really cool. And also, because of the way they did the quests, it's like the things were all... Everything was just quite nice and focused and tied together. Yeah. It was pretty much all like, yeah, we'd be exploring, these dwarves and what's up with them, but it would all be in the context of, like, Yogg and the Lich King. Yeah. So it really meant that, like, you just got this big sense of the influence of these characters on the continent of Northrend. And I guess that just was all so much more grounded within our experience, where it's like they might be doing the same thing in Bastion, but it's like, yes, the mana worms for the thing and the anima of the Bastion and the anima cell that goes into the construct and this afterlife. People are never going to care about that as much as, Northrend, a continent in their home world where, one of their favorite characters is. And that's, Tommy, I agree with you. And just even some of the emotional pacing in Wrath was stronger too. It's like I'd say some people that have issues with some of the quest flow and stuff like that. That's fair enough. Like, it is older content, but yeah, certainly for me, at the time of expansion launch and relative to the standards of the day, I think Wrath was the best. Early WoD actually punched pretty strong, and actually bits of Mop too, because Mop did explore the world quite nicely.
Yeah, I quite liked basically all of those things. Wrath really felt like you were making your way towards Icecrown, you're making your way towards the Stormbeaks, through the dangerous, scary zones. And I very much like that feel of you actually solving problems on your way up, largely. Maybe less so with, like, Shalazar and stuff, but it was always like there was a common enemy you fought against at all times, which is very different to the feeling in Shadowlands at the minute, where you're like, where are we fighting? Just on Ardenweald, killed 5 million Gorm. Where are we going next? Maldraxxus. If only there were more Gorm. Who am I fighting here? Oh, well, Maldraxxus. Like, the stuff's fine in, by itself, but certainly just lacks something. Also, the one point about not needing the book to know stuff, that's where they did books quite well back in the day. Where Rise of the Lich King had a lot of stuff that makes Arthas significantly more compelling as a character, but you already understood enough of him to get him through the game and get the experience of the Lich King and beating him through the game. And then it was additional flavor and some additional text from Rise of the Lich King that made it feel way better.
Yeah.
Like the idea of invincible. To a lot of people, it's a cool mount. To people who read Rise of the Lich King, it was one of the most tragic things about Arthas. And that stuff was just really nice extra flavor. Instead of, what's Sylvanas thinking? Guess we'll find out in the book. Very different in feel. Remarkably.
Yeah.
Where are we at now for sloopers?
I'm just thinking about Wrath of the Lich King.
Pretty good.
Even just like some of the little moments, where it's like in the modern game, it would be a really janky cutscene, but in Wrath, it was just like something that happened. It's interesting. But yeah, I agree. Wrath, very yummy. Even stuff like, you start off, the Argent, like little foothold. Before Crusader Brightonbard, and you fight the people, and then your base grows bigger, and you push your way in, and then oh shit, it's Icecrown. It's really dangerous. Oh, now we're like at a little tiny little bases that we can get because like you can't even touch the ground. It's so dangerous. I was like, man, even just the environmental storytelling and
great
stuff was so
there, yeah.
good. And like some of it is really, you know, good in the modern story. I think it's just people are less interested in the story they're telling, to be honest.
I think that's most of it. That's most of it. We lack the engagement with what's actually happening, which I think is some of the players' overall fault, community-wise, of rushing through leveling content massively, and that's the culture that's been brought up over time. But a lot of it is Blizzard's fault for not. You know, I mean, yeah, how we experience the game is technically their responsibility. So they need to make it the best experience they can for as many people as they can. Which it means they need to examine why people aren't enjoying Bastion quests as much as they would, you know, Dragonblight quests, or why they're not enjoying, you know, I guess, without there being an end, I guess Revendreth as much as they did Icecrown. It's up to them to sit down and figure out why that is and how to work.
Yeah.
How to work backwards.
Yeah.